Los Angeles is holding its breath. The tension is heavy, the mood intense, and the Lakers are right in the middle of it. With their backs against the wall and the series slipping through their fingers, they're heading into Game 5 down 3. Games 2-1. The stakes could not be higher. The fans feel it, the players feel it, and so does the coaching staff. In a season filled with high expectations, marquee names, and championship dreams, the reality now is cold and unforgiving. One more loss and it's over. But this situation isn't just about numbers or standings. It's about desperation, fatigue, and the hope that maybe, just maybe, someone can step up when no one expects it. Despite having legendary talent like LeBron James on the floor and rising, stars trying to fill in the gaps, the team has reached a breaking point. Luka is playing through pain. Reeves is pushing past his limits. And yet during Game 4, what unfolded shocked everyone watching. The Lakers were deep in battle, trying to claw back, but instead of going to the bench for reinforcement, the head coach did something unheard of in today's NBA. He left his starting 5 on the floor for the entire second half. Not a single substitution. 24 grueling minutes of non-stop action. LeBron, Luka, Reeves, Rui, and Dorian, 5 men going to war without a single break. That wasn't just a bold coaching decision. That was a message. That was a declaration. I don't trust anyone else on this bench right now. And truthfully, who could blame him? The Lakers bench has been invisible throughout this series. Whether it's injuries, inconsistency, or poor matchups, the bench unit has become a liability. Players expected to contribute have vanished. Rotations have collapsed. The opposing team has outscored the Lakers' second unit by nearly 30 points per game. That isn't just a problem, it's a crisis. So when the coach chose to stick with his starters for an entire half, it wasn't about making a statement. It was about survival. Now, heading into a pivotal Game 5, there's a faint glimmer of hope. A name that had almost faded into obscurity has resurfaced. Maxi Kleber. That's right, the same Kleber who was acquired in a notable trade from Dallas, the same player who hasn't logged a single minute for the Lakers this season because of a serious foot injury. After weeks of complete radio silence, something shifted. On the latest injury report, Kleber's status was updated from out to doubtful. It might not seem like much, but that single word change has sparked a ripple across the Lakers fan base. Doubtful doesn't mean he's playing, but it means there's a chance. And in a series where Los Angeles is hanging by a thread, even the possibility of adding a savvy veteran with playoff experience is enough to reignite some belief. But hold on, it's not that simple. Kleber isn't walking into this situation at full strength. He's coming off a serious right foot surgery. He hasn't played alongside most of these teammates in real games. There's no chemistry, no rhythm, and no clear sense of how he would even fit into the flow of things. Still, there's precedent. Just last year in Dallas, Kleber found himself in a strikingly similar scenario. After sitting out an entire series with an injury, he returned late in the Western Conference Finals, coincidentally against the Timberwolves. In Games 4 and 5, he played just 23 total minutes, but during his time on the court, Dallas outscored Minnesota by 10 points. That might not sound earth-shattering, but in the playoffs, every minute matters, every defensive rotation. Every extra pass, every successful closeout, it all adds up. Kleber doesn't need to be a star. He's not here to drop 30 points or shut down Anthony Edwards. What he can do is stretch the floor, defend multiple positions, and make smart, timely decisions. He brings exactly the kind of attributes the Lakers are missing right now. Floor, spacing, defensive awareness, and composure. These are not flashy traits, but they're critical when your team is running on fumes and grasping for answers. And let's talk about that bench again. Jared Vanderbilt, Jackson Hayes, Spencer Dinwiddie. None of them saw the floor in that second half of Game 4. That tells you everything. The coach has lost faith in the current rotation options. And again, you can't fault him. This bench hasn't just been ineffective, it's been detrimental. So even if Kleber only plays 10 minutes, even if he hits just 2 3-pointers or provides a few solid possessions on defense, that could be the margin between elimination and another shot at redemption. Because this series is not about domination anymore, it's about survival. The Lakers are not built to go deep with just 5 players grinding every minute. LeBron is approaching 40, Luka is banged up. They need help, real help. And maybe, just maybe, Kleber could be the unexpected answer. Could he be the spark that triggers a comeback? The dark horse that shifts the energy? Fans are wondering, analysts are debating, and inside the organization, decisions are being weighed with intense scrutiny. But here's the larger question. What does it say about the Lakers that in the most critical moment of their season, their best hope off the bench might be a player who hasn't played a single minute in a Lakers jersey? Shouldn't there be more depth? Shouldn't there be a rotation that's ready and trusted? These are not just questions for today, they're alarms for the future. Yet all of that comes later, because before the offseason, before the trades and the drama and the free agency chaos, there is still Game 5. One more chance to turn the tide, one more opportunity to keep the dream alive. And maybe, against all odds, a new player finally gets his moment. Imagine this. Kleber is announced in the lineup. The crowd buzzes. There's hesitation, curiosity, maybe even hope. And then on his first touch, he buries a corner three. The arena erupts. It's not just about the points, it's about the moment. That one shot might be enough to energize the building, to wake the team from its slumber, to remind the Lakers that this series isn't over unless they let it be. In the playoffs, mental momentum can be just as valuable as physical endurance. When a team believes help is on the way, it can dig deeper, push harder, and fight longer. Minnesota has executed their game plan to near perfection. Their size, discipline, and defensive structure have neutralized much of the Lakers' offense. But if there's one thing that can rattle a dominant team, it's unpredictability. Kleber represents that. He's a wrinkle the Timberwolves haven't accounted for. A new matchup, a different look. Someone who forces their bigs to step out to the perimeter, opening driving lanes and shifting help coverage. Even if he only plays in short bursts, that impact can snowball. Because in playoff basketball, one possession can change everything. With his 6'10" frame, Kleber adds height, rim protection, and physical presence. He doesn't need to shut anyone down, just contest shots, rotate with purpose, and stay vertical. If he can do that, even for a few minutes, it could give LeBron and Luka the breather they desperately need. It could also alter how Minnesota runs their offense. A single adjustment like that can shift the rhythm of a game and force the opponent to play on new terms. And what about offense? Kleber's ability to space the floor forces defenses to respect the corners. That stretches the defense, giving LeBron and others more room to operate. Fewer double teams, fewer clogged lanes, more flow. These are the margins that decide playoff games. Not the highlight plays, but the small disciplined decisions that wear down opponents over time. That's what Kleber brings, a subtle but powerful contribution that changes how the game feels. It would take guts from the coach to throw him into the fire like this. But that's what playoff basketball demands: bravery, risk-taking, belief in players who haven't yet had their shot. The head coach has been composed all year, known for his calm demeanor and communication. But now he faces a moment that could define his tenure. Will he gamble on a player who's been silent all season? Will he trust Kleber to change the whole course of a series with everything on the line? Because if it works, it's more than a win. It's a signal, a shift in narrative. The idea that the Lakers aren't just about star power, they're adaptable, gritty, and full of hidden weapons. That's the kind of message that resonates beyond the series. It echoes through locker rooms, front offices, and future opponents. It tells the league, we're not done. And there's another layer here. The Timberwolves, as dominant as they've been, are still untested on this stage. If the Lakers win Game 5, everything changes. Pressure flips. Doubts creep in. Teams can unravel fast when momentum swings. The crowd gets louder. The media gets harsher. Every mistake gets magnified. Suddenly, what felt like a sure thing starts to slip. The Lakers fans are waiting, restless, frustrated, hungry for a spark. Kleber might just be that spark. And if he makes an impact, even a modest one, this entire postseason could take a turn no one saw coming. Sometimes it's not the superstars who change the narrative, it's the forgotten ones. Players who sat quietly on the bench all year, grinding in practice, rehabbing in silence, visualizing the moment when they might be called upon. Maxi Kleber could be that player. He's not flashy. He's not going to dominate the highlight reels, but in the context of playoff basketball, he embodies something even more valuable: unpredictability and readiness. The very fact that Minnesota hasn't game planned for him creates an element of surprise. That brief uncertainty that need to adjust mid-series could be enough to open cracks in the defensive wall. 1 or 2 defensive rotations missed, 1 late closeout, 1 miscommunication because a new body is on the floor. Those are the cracks that smart teams exploit, and if Kleber brings that disruption, the ripple effect could be enormous. Think about what that does to the Lakers' offensive rhythm. With 1 more shooter spacing the floor, LeBron can attack downhill with more freedom. Luka can find better angles in pick-and-roll situations. The extra room allows for cleaner drives, quicker kickouts, and less congestion in the paint. That's what playoff adjustments are all about. Not wholesale changes, but small tweaks that force the opposition to think. When a team that's been defending the same looks for 4 straight games suddenly has to recalibrate, even briefly, the advantage swings. That swing is where games are won. But this is about more than tactics. This is about the emotional charge a player like Kleber can bring. A team that's been dragging, running on fumes, feeling the pressure of elimination can suddenly feel new life with a fresh contributor on the court. That energy bleeds into everything. The defense tightens, the communication improves, the pace picks up. The home crowd feeds off it too. The moment Kleber hits a shot or makes a key stop, the building could erupt, giving the Lakers a lift that numbers can't quantify. And in the playoffs, energy matters, momentum matters. A single moment can ignite belief in a team that looked like it was running out of gas. For the coach, this is a gamble, but not an irresponsible one. The need for fresh legs, for new looks, for anything that might reset the tone of the series is overwhelming. And if Kleber has been preparing, if he's conditioned, locked in, and mentally ready, then this might be the time. The NBA playoffs are full of stories like this, where one player, almost forgotten, steps into the spotlight and flips the script. A timely block, a big 3, a charge drawn at the perfect moment. These are the plays that shift the series. These are the plays that make legends, not just among the stars, but among the role players who refuse to fade. The Lakers don't need Kleber to be the savior. They just need him to be solid, to hold his ground, to hit his open looks, to rotate with purpose. Because in a series this close, where every possession counts and every inch is fought for, that could be the difference. A team teetering on the edge doesn't need perfection, it needs disruption. It needs heart. It needs someone willing to step into the chaos and bring clarity. And who knows? Maybe this is the beginning of something bigger. Maybe this is the chapter that changes everything. All it takes is one spark. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on. The Los Angeles Lakers have made a significant move to bolster their roster by acquiring Lithuanian center Jonas Valanciunas. The veteran big man, known for his strength in the paint, rebounding prowess, and efficient scoring, arrives in Los Angeles with the clear mission of helping the franchise return to championship contention. With this addition, the Lakers aim to fill a void that has long troubled them: the lack of a consistent physical presence at the center position to support Anthony Davis and provide reliability throughout the long NBA season. Valanciunas, who spent his last seasons with the New Orleans Pelicans, brings valuable experience and a well-rounded game to the Lakers. He averaged over 14 points and 10 rebounds per game last season, maintaining his reputation as one of the most dependable double-double machines in the league. His ability to anchor the defense, battle for offensive boards, and stretch the floor with mid-range jumpers adds a new dynamic to the Lakers' frontcourt. This move also signals the Lakers' desire to win now. With LeBron James approaching the twilight of his career and Davis needing help to endure the rigors of an 82-game season, Valanciunas represents a crucial piece in balancing the roster. He's a traditional center who doesn't demand the ball but can impact games with his physicality and court awareness. His arrival may also open up more spacing for the Lakers' stars, allowing Davis to play more minutes at power forward, where he feels most comfortable. The Lakers front office hopes that Valanciunas can provide the interior toughness and veteran leadership needed to compete in the loaded Western Conference. While the team still faces questions regarding depth and consistency, this acquisition is a step toward building a more complete and balanced unit. Fans at Crypto.com Arena will be eager to see how the Lithuanian big man integrates into Darvin, Ham's system, and contributes to the Lakers' pursuit of banner number 18. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.